Hey everyone, I'm Alex, and today I'm going to show you 3 incredibly simple ways to pull any YouTube transcript and get a clean, usable summary right away. But we're not stopping there because I'll also reveal exactly how I turn those raw transcripts into short, high-performing clips without completely losing my mind in the process. I used to waste an absolute ton of time just pausing videos, scribbling frantic notes, and trying desperately to remember the exact second a speaker dropped a true golden line. If you're anything like me, you absolutely know there's incredible value buried deep inside long videos, but it's usually hidden within a massive, impenetrable wall of talking. So today, I'm walking you through 3 distinct hacks to quickly extract that essential text and summarize its core points. And crucially, I'll show you how to plug that clean output directly into smarter workflows, like using a tool to automatically chop that long video into shareable, bite-sized clips. We will also cover how to get those clips scheduled across platforms and how to keep your entire content library perfectly organized. First up, let's dive into the quick and dirty browser trick that gets the job done instantly. There is a fantastic Chrome extension, often called something like YouTube Summary, with ChatGPT and Claude, and I have personally used it a massive amount of times. It conveniently sits right there on the YouTube page, immediately giving you a clickable transcript complete with precise timestamps. The best part is that clicking any single line of text instantly jumps your video playback directly to that exact moment in the recording. This feature is unbelievably handy when you are under pressure and just need to locate one specific quote incredibly fast. What I genuinely appreciate about this extension is how absolutely seamless the entire user experience is when you just want a quick overview. With one quick press of the Summarize Video button, it opens a new session directly in your ChatGPT interface, assuming you want a smart AI-generated summary. Alternatively, you can simply opt to copy the raw, unformatted transcript as completely plain text for your own processing later on. The timestamps provided by this method are generally quite decent for a free tool, and the overall user experience is virtually frictionless for personal, everyday use. However, there are a few notable downsides you definitely need to be aware of before relying on it for everything. One issue is that some of the more in-depth, higher quality summaries are frustratingly locked behind a premium subscription toggle. Furthermore, the system often chunks the transcript into very large blocks, sometimes grouping 30 to 40 full seconds of speech together, which isn't ideal for finding micro moments for short-form content. Another significant constraint is that these extensions are inherently browser-specific, limiting their utility if you switch environments frequently. Finally, privacy-conscious teams or individuals might feel uncomfortable routing all their viewing history and content data through an unknown third-party plugin. Now let's move on to hack number 2, which involves using a dedicated web tool like Tactic's specialized YouTube transcript feature for more serious analysis. This particular method is built much more intentionally for power users who need granular control over their source material. What sets this apart is that it expertly breaks down the entire video into significantly finer intervals, often just 5 to 10 seconds per individual block. This level of detail makes the transcript exponentially easier to scan sentence by sentence without losing your place. You gain the flexibility to download the transcripts entirely, copy specific chunks, and still click the timestamps to jump to the exact moments within the original clip. It is genuinely much more robust and reliable if your workflow demands absolute precision in your source material extraction. Tactic, in this example, doesn't stop at just YouTube processing either. It expands into transcribing all your meetings automatically. It even offers advanced features like letting you analyze those recorded calls using sophisticated AI tools for deeper insights. You can build custom workflows so that immediately after a meeting, an AI sequence summarizes all the necessary action items for you. It will also auto-generate professional follow-up emails and distribute meeting notes to the relevant team members. For any team that regularly conducts a significant volume of remote calls, that level of automation is frankly huge for productivity. The trade-offs here are the usual suspects when dealing with such a powerful application. Because it's a full-featured platform, there is naturally a steeper learning curve involved in mastering all its capabilities. If you are strictly a solo creator focused only on YouTube, you might quickly find that a large portion of its functionality is simply overkill for your immediate needs. Also, be cautious of pricing, because it can certainly creep up quite quickly if you rely heavily on a high volume of uploads or frequently use the advanced AI features. Moving on to the third and final quick option, which is just a simple, standalone website experience for fast results. This site typically gives you a very clean transcript readout coupled with a convenient one-click summary generator. The process is straightforward. You just paste the YouTube link, hit the Generate Summary button, and you receive a compact overview right there. It presents the transcript itself in a very user-friendly layout, which is fantastic for quick reading and context gathering. This method is absolutely perfect for those moments when you only need the absolute gist of the content and nothing more. The main benefit is that you need 0 browser extensions, you don't have to create any new accounts, it's truly just paste and go simplicity. But we must discuss the inherent limitations of these free tiers, because they are definitely present and noticeable. Sometimes the AI summaries generated are surprisingly shallow and miss the crucial nuance of the speaker's true intent. Other times, particularly with very long videos, the raw transcripts you receive are split up in a very weird and unhelpful manner. And predictably, these single-purpose sites almost never include any integrated features to help you with the actual publishing side of content creation. That gap, the space between summary and published clip, is exactly where a dedicated platform like Vizard comes into its own as a crucial solution. Vizard is not just another tool for transcripts or summaries, it is purpose-built to take those massive long-form videos and actively transform them into content that genuinely performs across every major platform. Here's the critical angle that most creators completely miss when trying to scale their output efficiently. Successfully getting a readable transcript is merely step one in a much larger, more complex content assembly line. The true, soul-crushing time sink is the next phase. Manually turning that text into dozens of short, shareable clips, adding precise captions, selecting the best moments, and then scheduling them all individually. You can certainly accomplish every single one of those necessary tasks using the manual tools we just discussed, but that requires an exhausting amount of context switching. Vizard is specifically designed to automate that entire messy middle section of your production pipeline. It intelligently finds those moments within your video that are statistically likely to go viral, edits them into ready-to-post clips, and then prepares them for distribution. It serves as the crucial, missing link that connects raw source material to actual audience engagement. Now let me walk you through a practical, combined workflow that leverages the best aspects of all three extraction hacks alongside Vizard's automation engine. Step 1 involves quick scanning while you are watching by using that handy Chrome extension for immediate discovery. If you happen to spot a truly promising quote or segment, make sure you click that timestamp and jot down a quick note to return to later. This extension shines brightest when you are engaged in spontaneous research while actively watching a long live stream or a dense keynote presentation. For your second step, switch over to Tactic or that other reliable web transcript tool to generate a genuinely precise, downloadable text file. Make sure you capture that text broken down into the short, manageable segments that the Power Tool provides for you. If you need to run heavy AI prompts on the entire body of work, like asking it to summarize sections A, B, and C, Tactic's clean breakdown makes that analysis incredibly clean. You can even ask it to extract the 10 absolute best hooks from the entire talk, which is much easier with fine-grained text chunks. Step 3 is the content creation pivot. You drop the original video file or its URL directly into the Vizard application. Vizard's internal AI immediately begins scanning the entire duration of the video to surface the most engaging moments for short-form repurposing. It will automatically generate multiple diverse clip versions, intelligently tailored to the specific aspect ratios and pacing of different platforms. The true beauty here is that you don't have to manually cut the precise sections you found marked in your external transcript document. Vizard will typically find those same moments, or often even better ones, because it analyzes actual on-platform engagement signals and pacing metrics. Step 4 is refinement and distribution. You can fine-tune any of the generated clips within Vizard's dedicated editor if you desire minor adjustments. This includes adding customized captions, selecting the perfect attention-grabbing thumbnail image, or tweaking the color grading slightly. Once satisfied, you engage the auto-schedule feature to set your consistent posting frequency across your connected channels. The platform will then automatically handle the publishing based entirely on the cadence you defined, requiring zero manual intervention after setup. Finally, the content calendar offers you a single-page bird's-eye view of everything currently queued up and ready for release. You can instantly see which clips are scheduled, which ones are already live, and precisely where each individual asset is designated to go next. Seriously, this entire 4-step combo is a massive hour saver for your weekly content production. Instead of aimlessly hunting for those crucial timestamps, manually lifting quotes, creating 10 separate clips by hand, and scheduling each one separately, you get a batch of high-quality assets ready to deploy. This can all be achieved with minimal babysitting once the initial setup of your connected accounts is complete. Let's quickly revisit a few practical comparisons so you have a clear expectation for each tool you consider using. Browser extensions remain incredibly fast and casual, which is perfect for initial research and discovery on the fly. The major drawback is limited chunk granularity and that annoying tendency for some good features to be hidden behind a paywall. They are fantastic for the initial idea scouting phase, but they are simply not built for scaling your content production reliably. Tactic-style transcribers offer unparalleled precision and are incredibly powerful, especially when you are working with internal team meetings. You get those fine-grained timestamps and access to those amazing AI meeting workflow features we mentioned earlier. The flip side is that the platform is heavier to operate, and the subscription cost can definitely escalate if your team processes a lot of video files monthly. Single-purpose summary websites provide that instant gratification, proving useful when all you truly need is a very short, on-the-spot synopsis. However, they offer absolutely no assistance whatsoever in the actual creation or subsequent scheduling of your content clips. And then there is Vizard, which is designed from the ground up for creators focused purely on consistently repurposing long video into high-engagement short-form material. It automates the entire bottleneck: clip detection, smart editing, automatic caption overlay, scheduling, and central organization. To put it bluntly, this means significantly less tedious manual work for you and a proportionally much higher volume of actual output. If your primary goal is to scale your content output across platforms without having to hire an entire dedicated editing team, this entire philosophy is the core of the solution. Now let's address a few practical caveats and offer some final tips to keep your quality high as you implement this. You must accept that no single tool is going to handle absolutely everything perfectly every single time you use it. Sometimes, an AI-generated summary will unfortunately miss the subtle irony or specific professional nuance of the original speaker. And conversely, a clip that the platform's algorithm flags as potentially viral might just not resonate emotionally with your specific, established audience. My personal rule of thumb is to always use the transcript tools to nail down exact quotes and confirm context first. Then, you let Vizard handle the bulk heavy lifting of clip creation and the final distribution scheduling without hesitation. But you absolutely must manually check that initial batch of clips to ensure quality control standards are being met. Take the time to tweak any weirdly done jump cuts the AI might have introduced or subtly adjust the overall tone of the captions. Once you correct those initial small things, you will be in an extremely good position to scale everything else rapidly. Another crucial factor to constantly consider is data privacy and the flow of sensitive information across these various services. If you are dealing with highly sensitive internal company meetings, always prioritize a tool that specifically offers robust enterprise-level security controls. Tools like Tactic often cultivate that specific high-security vibe that corporate environments require for compliance. However, if you are a solo creator focused on public-facing content, the browser extension plus Vizard combination is extremely light and fast to implement. Just to make it concrete, here is a short, actionable how-to if you want to try this exact, powerful pipeline right now, today. First, open the YouTube video you are interested in and fire up that Chrome extension immediately to quickly gauge where the most interesting parts seem to be located. Next, copy that video's direct URL and paste it into your chosen web transcript service or tactic to secure a fully downloadable, clean text file. Then, upload that exact same video file or point Vizard directly to the source URL to let its AI begin its automatic highlight detection process. Once the system surfaces the suggested clips, take a moment to skim through those automatically created versions to approve or reject them. Finally, engage auto-schedule to immediately set how frequently you want these new clips to automatically publish across all your linked accounts. After that, simply navigate to the content calendar to visually confirm that everything is neatly lined up and ready to go live according to your plan. That is literally the entire process, transforming a long video into scheduled short posts in a fraction of the time that manual editing used to demand. To wrap everything up for today, remember that the 3 initial hacks are fantastic for extracting text and getting summaries really fast. The browser extension excels at quick, spontaneous discovery when you're actively watching content live. The Tactic style tool gives you that high-quality, precise textual breakdown necessary for deep dives and team analysis. And that single-click site is perfect for when you only require an instant, top-level synopsis and nothing more complex. But if your ultimate, ongoing objective is to consistently transform long lectures or videos into attention-grabbing short content, Vizard is the platform that explicitly fills that execution gap. These other extraction tools don't become useless. Instead, think of them as highly specialized teammates supporting the main effort. The extension helps you scout, the dedicated transcript tools provide the necessary textual accuracy, and Vizard handles the most grueling parts of editing, scheduling, and content organization. In short, you get far less tedious manual labor from your side and a substantially greater volume of high-quality content output as a result. If you really want to scale your content operations without the massive overhead of hiring a full-time editor, this integrated approach is precisely where the real value lies. I want to offer a few final words of caution and some pro tips based on my own extensive experience using these systems. Never assume that any one piece of software will be a perfect, one-stop solution for every single element of your entire content strategy. Sometimes the AI just won't capture the emotional undertone, and sometimes the algorithm incorrectly predicts what your specific audience will react positively to. The key is strategic pairing. Use the transcript tools for verified, quotable accuracy, and then rely on Vizard for the heavy-duty editing and scheduled posting. Always perform a manual review of those first several clips to confirm the AI's editing choices match your high personal brand standards. By fine-tuning the thumbnails and ensuring the jump cuts sound natural, you guarantee the quality across the initial rollout. Let's quickly talk about the privacy aspect again, as this is a significant consideration for many professional users. If you're handling proprietary data from client calls or internal strategy sessions, you absolutely need enterprise-grade control over where that data resides. Look for tools that offer dedicated audit logs and granular access permissions, which often signals better compliance features. For the solo creator, however, the combination of the lightweight browser extension and Vizard keeps your data footprint minimal and your editing process incredibly fast. The lighter stack minimizes external dependencies, which is a huge benefit when your primary focus is consistent publishing velocity. Let's run through that efficient pipeline one more time in a super quick, actionable sequence for immediate implementation. Number 1, open the target YouTube video and immediately fire up your preferred Chrome extension to get a quick read on the main talking points. Number 2, copy that video link, paste it into your power tool like Tactic, and download the complete segmented transcript text file for backup. Number 3, upload the original video directly into Vizard, either via file or URL, and let the AI automatically detect and pre-generate all your best short clips. Number 4, quickly skim those suggested clips, give them a quick visual approval, and then use the auto-schedule function to set your desired publishing cadence. Finally, swing over to the content calendar to ensure every single piece of content is lined up perfectly with its platform destination. That entire transformation, from a lengthy single video to a stream of scheduled short posts, is now possible in a fraction of the time it previously required. To concisely summarize our main takeaway, those 3 hacks are brilliant for quickly extracting transcripts and summaries when you need them fast. The extension is best for that spontaneous research moment. The power tool handles the highly accurate, segmented breakdown for deep work, and the one-click site is for the fastest gist possible. But if your actual recurring business goal is the consistent conversion of long video assets into high-performing multi-platform short content, Vizard is the essential component that bridges that final capability gap. It doesn't render the other tools obsolete. Instead, they function beautifully as specialized teammates working in concert with the main automation engine. The extension acts as your scout, the dedicated transcription tools ensure textual accuracy, and Vizard executes the intense workload of editing, scheduling, and content organization for you. If you are looking to significantly reduce the manual effort required while simultaneously increasing your consistent content delivery, this integrated method is the answer. As a final personal invitation, please drop a comment below detailing the exact kind of videos you work with most often. Tell me if they are podcasts, lengthy industry lectures, detailed academic webinars, or high-energy live streams, and I will offer specific workflow suggestions tailored just for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch or read through all of this information today. Go out there, try one of these 3 extraction hacks right now, and then immediately hand the resulting video file over to Vizard to manage the rest of the heavy lifting. This allows you to finally step back and concentrate your valuable energy on the truly creative aspects of your work. I appreciate you joining me, and I will certainly see you all in the very next video.